Good morning, friends, followers, YouTubers, YouTube creators, lovers, haters, wasted spacers, subscribers and Trevorites, but mainly I'm talking to you, the subscribers, because without you, the channel wouldn't grow. And it is growing. It is growing. Thank you very much for helping me spread good news. And common sense. No splinters up my ass. I don't sit in no fence. Yes. Well, it's Saturday. Do you know what? I've got to iron today. I've got to iron about 5 shirts today. And I've got to hoover and dust. I've got to get on top of things. Yes. Yeah. Yes, it's true. Yes. I live inside people's heads. I really do. There's people that wake up every single morning and they go, prick, what's he done now? He's written a book. I hate him. His book crap. Your book's crap. What's he done now? Oh, he's been a combat veteran. No, he wasn't. I heard that you weren't there. He hasn't got PTSD. How can we get him? How can we get him? He takes PayPal. People donate pay. Hello, is that the Department of Work and Pensions? Yep, just let you know that Trevor Colt, yes, people are donating to him in PayPal. I don't think he's declaring it. Oh, okay, well, we'll look into that. I mean, Jesus Christ. Listen, I'm having a wonderful life. I'm off on holiday in a couple of days' time. To the sea, to the sun, to have fun and enjoy it. While you're at home trawling through the internet trying to find pictures of me. Your life is meaningless. Anyway. Bye-bye. Right. Thanks for I had loads of emails yesterday and I do appreciate it. Yes. It's really good. My channel's growing. It's all good. And I'm glad you're enjoying it. It's going in the right direction, actually. Yes, it is. Right. The news. Right. Someone sent me a message this morning, which I read. I then went onto the internet and I checked different things out. And check this here out. The BBC. Yes, the biased British corporation. Or, I don't know, bunch of bastard cunts. Yes, them people. Well, guess what? They have they're putting out a documentary, a film about Ukrainian injured soldiers, which are now Ukrainian veterans, and how they go about working with charities, how to fix these veterans who's been through trauma, mental health, and how they can fix their home life and their sex life, which I find a little bit strange because the BBC were only ever interested in profit from our veterans. I remember many years ago. I think I'm going to go back as far as, if I'm honest, possibly a decade ago when they got in touch with me. Oh, Trevor, we've seen that you're on the news quite a lot and you've been here and you've done this and we're putting together a program called Our War and our director, John Douglas, would like to have a chat with you. Is that possible? Yes, I'll have a chat with John Douglas, but it needs to be cleared through the army. Oh, we've already spoke to the army. It's all been cleared. Oh, has it been? I went and seen our media advisor. Yes, it's all been cleared, Trevor. You meet John Douglas. Okay. Anyway, the show went out. It was a massive hit. Yes, not only was it a massive hit, when he was going through my interview, he was going, Trevor, can you help us, link us to different things? So I linked them to different sergeants and different corporals that had fought in different battles, and they were all interviewed, and it came quite well. In fact, the show won a BAFTA. Yes, it did. And then there was Our War 2. Okay. All right. But I noticed that in Our War 1, after he went to the BAFTA, John Douglas, he stood up there. He basically praised the BBC and his direction team. Didn't praise the veterans. Anyway, Our War 2. Trevor, putting together Our War 2. Could you help with Our War 2? I'll meet with you. And I let them do all their filming. They did loads of filming and stuff, and it was quite emotional. Then it was, Trevor, we need a bit more filming. No, not doing it. What's happened? Well, I noticed that Our War went out and you made millions. You won a BAFTA award. I mean, this show's now on DVD. You're making a lot of money from it. I don't want you to put out my content. I do not want to be part of your show unless the BBC is willing to donate a small amount of money to a veterans mental health charity, because you've got to bear in mind that when you put these shows on TV, you're re-traumatizing a lot of the veterans sitting at home. And I would like you to do that. We'll get back to you. Trevor, I'm really sorry, but the BBC doesn't. Okay, well then I do not want to be part of your show anymore, and please don't use my footage. And I phoned around different veterans and I said, this is what their stance is. And a lot of veterans went, I don't want you to use my footage. So the BBC are now promoting Ukrainian veterans, but only use British military for their own personal gain. They don't want to help. They're scumbags. So there we go. That's a fact, by the way, human reviewer. That is a fact. Right. Annoying, isn't it? Right. Check this here out. Junior doctors striking. Now, listen. Everyone deserves more money. Everyone's out working hard. The care sector, the fire brigade never complain, do they? Yeah. The police, the soldiers, would love to strike, but they can't. Because if they strike, who's going to do all these other jobs? Like empty the bins, put out the fires, put people in hospital, give you injections, COVID. Who's going to do all those jobs? Yep, it's the soldiers. So, junior doctors. I'm going to point this out. A junior doctor that is striking at the minute, right? And claims he is struggling each month to pay his bills. He lives in a £500,000 flat with no mortgage. And he's a director in his own family's investment company. And this guy's complaining of a cost of... this guy would never live in the life I live or the lives that we live, people. He would crumble. He would probably take his own life if he had to struggle from month to month going into his overdraft and out of his overdraft and into his overdraft. He would probably take his life. Why? Because he lives in a fantasy world already at the minute where he pretends where he's struggling. He means he can't keep up to date with his the newest car every month. It's just it's quite vile when these stories get out. It annoys me. But not as much as the next story. Has anyone ever heard of a guy called Graham King? He lives in Essex. He's a businessman. Well, Graham King owns a company called, and I will name it to you, called Clear Springs Ready Homes. Yes, Clear Springs Ready Homes. Who he earns, not his company, he's making £25 million a year with contracts from the Home Office to house migrants across England and Wales. Yes. We need to shame people like him. Imagine forcing hotels. He's the guy that goes up to the hotels and says, "We need you to shut. I've got contracts from the Home Office. We want to take over your hotel," and he's making a fortune off the back of it. So Graham King, who lives in Essex, yes, you mustn't have any moral standards whatsoever, Graham. Shameful. You have to name these people. You have to. Yeah. And by the way, this is in the media. Okay, I'll put a link in the description. Yeah, and there's more wokery that's hit the midwives. Midwives are wonderful people. Usually women. I'm just going to point that out. Usually women. Midwives. It's in the name. But midwives are now being told that they can't say mothers. They can't use the word mothers anymore. They have to use the word birthing people because it may upset trans women. Is that the right word? Yeah. It may upset the trans community by using the word mothers. And so they've stopped using it to protect the mental health of trans. Well, I'd like to point out that the mental health is already already blown out of the air. The fact that they're in the situation they're in, clearly, you having that odd word isn't going to send them over the edge. Where did it all go wrong? Right. Do you remember Skittles? Skittles, taste the rainbow of me. What have they done now? Taste the rainbow? Oh, they've not only tasted the rainbow, they've plastered it all. Now, we know that the Skittles packet were red and different colours and blue, and they had a rainbow over it, and it used to say, Skittles, taste the rainbow. But what have they done now? Yep, Skittles have partnered with GLAAD, G-L-A-A-D. They've partnered with GLAAD. If you don't know what that is, GLAAD stands for Gay Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation. Yes, so Skittles and the Gay Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation have partnered together, and they're now promoting, and guys, I am going to put a link in the description because you won't believe this, they're now promoting Black Trans Lives Matter on the packets, and it's caused a massive backlash in the USA. And I'm sure it'll go abroad because you know what? People don't understand this. You have to go with what the majority want in life. The minority aren't going to make you rich. The minority aren't going to promote your product. The minority are all messed up. The minority are all messed up. Just, okay, they're CEOs of all these different companies. Yes, that's great. So you siding with the minority may get you a big promotion on Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or whatever it is. They may get you that. But the majority won't buy your shit. That's the problem. Stop going with the minority to try and get yourself promoted because they're all CEOs and heads of states and all the rest of it. And go with what the people want. That's where the business is. If you go against what ordinary people want, they will not buy your product. Just look at Bud Light. It lost hundreds of millions of dollars. Stop doing it. We don't care. Yes, we know that every lives matter. We're happy for you to get on with it. Get on with it, live your life, do what you want to do. But stop putting it in my face, because when you put it in my face, that's when I'm going to get irate. If it's not thrown in my face, I don't care what you do. It's quite simple. Well, thank you to everyone. I'm going to go now and do bits and pieces. But thank you everyone who has supported the channel. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Thank you to those that continue to share my videos. Thank you to those that continue to write reviews on Amazon about my book Exploitation, or even my other book, First Into Singing. I do appreciate it. I get tips from this and I work on it with the next book. Yes, I do listen. But time for me to go. Have a good day, everyone. Thanks for your support and stay safe.